2011 has arrived, and with it, major changes to the Medicare system under President Obama's healthcare overhaul. But just a day after some changes go into effect, Republicans are already looking for ways to undo what they call Obamacare.
With the Republicans in charge of the House, how much will they shake up Washington? Then, what effect will the new Tea Party-backed members of Congress have on Capitol Hill? All eyes will be on House Republicans this week when they take control from Democrats. From investigating the White House to looking for ways to undo Obamacare.
So what's all the fuss about? The Christian Science Monitor will refresh your memory. Closing the Medicare drug coverage donut hole. Pharmaceutical companies are required to provide a 50% discount on brand name prescription drugs. Medicare recipients get free preventative services, including annual checkups and certain screenings. The new rules will protect up to 74.8 million insured Americans. Some 9 million people could be eligible for rebates worth up to $1.4 billion. CBS's Face the Nation discovered it's the coming-of-age baby boomer generation that threatens the system.
My wife's a baby boomer, and she's now going to be collecting. And I'll be collecting at 67. I'm a couple years younger. The fact, though, is that we have to figure out a way either to have more money in or less money out. Medicare is more complicated. It's rising faster than inflation. There are no cost controls on it. We need to make those changes in addition to getting rid of $125 billion of fraud that goes out every year.
In response, Republican Senator Lindsey Graham says the GOP will fight Obama's health care changes. On MSNBC, he says the president is the one who needs to budge.
I think you're going to see the fight on Obamacare across the board in the House and the Senate to try to defund the Obamacare bill and to start over. So I think this fight's going to continue to 2012, and it's going to move from Washington to the states. It will be one big fight over the role of health care, and should Obama health care be in existence in 2012 the way it is today.
On ABC's Good Morning America, Jake Tapper isn't convinced Republicans have the power to reform the reform. The bill has been passed, Obama has control of the Senate, and Tapper says Republicans would do more harm than good by pulling the plug.
The big question looming over all of this is whether the whole thing will be nullified by the Republicans in Congress or in the courts, who are the people who are trying to repeal this thing. So let me just go back to Jake Tapper. Jake, what are the odds of this entire thing being repealed?
Very slim. President Obama still has the Senate there in Democratic hands to block any attempt to repeal it. What you'll see, though, is an attempt by Republicans to starve the bill by depriving it of funding, to starve the health care legislation, and then also to bring more oversight and scrutiny of the legislation.
The Obama administration admits we've suffered a once-in-a-lifetime depression, and health care is left hanging in the balance. In case you missed it, here's some New Year's resolutions from a confident President Obama.
As I've said since I first ran for this office, solving our challenges won't be quick or easy. We've come through a difficult decade. In a few days, a new Congress will form, with one House controlled by Democrats and one House controlled by Republicans. And here's what I want you to know. I'm willing to work with anyone of either party who's got a good idea and the commitment to see it through.
For Newsy.com, I'm Jennifer Meckles. Multiple sources, the real story.